Yes, good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Am I
morning,
audible
sir.
to all of
Good
you?
morning, sir.
Sir,
You will switch on your camera. Before starting today's topic, I would like to show some pictures to you. I'm going to present this screen. I will share this screen with you. Let me share. Is this visible to you? Yes.
Yes, sir.
The
Yes,
pictures,
sir.
yes, the
Yes, sir.
pictures are. I think the pictures are visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Can you tell me the name of the first thing which you are watching in the picture? What is this?
Airplane.
Okay, can you tell me what other word is used for airplane or aeroplane?
Sir,
If
jet.
anyone, okay, yes, jet. We use jet also. And in the second picture, what do we have?
Sir,
the
globe.
The
globe.
globe.
Yes, in the second picture we have globe, and we have a third picture also here. What do you watch in this picture? What is there in the picture?
Sir, cloud.
Sir,
Sir, a
sky.
city,
Sir,
The
sky.
picture
city,
from a
cloud.
sky of a city.
Yes, this is the picture of a city, and the picture has been taken from.
Sky.
Yeah, from it has been taken from a height, or you can say this is the overview. Okay, now I'm coming back to the topic. In center of these three pictures, we have a globe. In which subject do we use this globe? Can you name that
The
subject?
geography.
Yes, yes, very good. In geography, we use this globe. So today's topic is a geography lesson, and in geography lesson, we are going to study about the feelings, the experiences, the views of a poet. This is a poem. Geography lesson is a poem, and it has been composed by Julfikar Ghose. Before I start this poem, can you imagine what your city would look like if you saw it from 10,000 feet above the ground? Actually, this 10,000 is, you know, uh, is an estimated height. This is not the actual height. We are just taking it, we are assuming it 10,000 feet. Can you tell me what will be the scene from the height of 10,000 feet
Very
above the
tiny.
city? Sorry?
Everything will look very tiny.
Uh, I'm not getting your voice clearly, beta.
Everything will look very tiny.
Yes, everything will look very tiny, very small in size. Very good. Everything will be very, short in size. Now I continue. Neatly planned and perfect in proportion, like a geometric design. When we go up, if you, even if any one of you has ever traveled by plane, you might have observed, you might have seen the scene below that what is the scene there, the things which are on the ground, they look like a geometric design, just as in a very side pattern they have been made. It would strike you as something very different from what it actually is when you go up, and from a certain height when you look down and when you observe these things, you feel that the things which are on the ground, they are following a pattern, they are following a design, and they have been managed there. What it actually is, while you are in the thick of it, here is a poet's description of just such a view of the city. Here Julfikar Ghose is sharing his experiences. He is sharing his experiences with us through this poem when he was traveling by a jet. He was sitting inside a jet, and what did he notice there? He is sharing with us. Now I'm reading it for you. You will be very attentive. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability. What about on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned, and without style. When the jet sprang into the sky, when the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography that land and water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. When the jet rose 6 miles high, but it was difficult to understand that man on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities, and to kill from that height. It was not clear why. You know, there are 3 parts, or you can say there are 3 stanzas in this poem. I would like you to read these stanzas one by one. The first stanza, who is going to read the first stanza? Lavanya? Lavanya has left the meeting. Lavanya?
Sir Akash,
Okay, Akash, you can read.
when the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability about what on the ground had looked haphazard, unplanned, and without style. The jet sprang into the sky.
Okay, now the second stanza or the second part of the poem will be recited by Jyotit. Jyotit, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta, you will read it. Second part.
When the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography that land and water attracted man was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet.
Okay, and the last part, that is part number 3. Srishti, beta, you will recite the third part.
When the jet rose 6 months high, it was clear the earth was round and it had more sea than land. But it was difficult to understand that the men on the earth found cause to hate each other, to build walls across cities. From that height, it was clear why.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, first I'll explain you. This poem has been written from the point of view of a person, from the point of view of a such person who is observing the city from above, seeing it seated in a jet plane. He is sitting inside a jet plane and he is observing his city from there, sitting inside. As he ascends, as he goes higher in the sky, he is able to understand the real meaning of geography. As the plane took off from the ground and went into the sky, it becomes clear why the city was developed in a certain way or in a certain pattern or in a certain design. From a certain height, the city started to look smaller in size, or if the size of the city was getting smaller. The size of the city, as the jet was going higher and higher, the size of the city was getting smaller in size. A mile was reduced to 6 inches on the scale. Just try to understand this line, seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile. The poet was sitting inside a jet. From sitting there, he was not able to measure the height. This is just the guess, and he is saying that mile has, the mile got reduced into 6 inches. The distance of mile got reduced into 6 inches. You can imagine that the poet was sitting there. He was not sitting with the, any scale gains. He was not measuring, sitting inside the jet. This is just his guess, and he is saying that it might be the height. A mile was reduced to 6 inches on the scale, but what looked haphazard, haphazard is a very new word for you. Haphazard, when something is unplanned, when something is not in order. But what looked haphazard and without logic on the ground seemed inevitable. Inevitable is also a new word that cannot be avoided. Inevitable means that is certain, that is sure, that cannot be avoided. Seemed inevitable and necessary when viewed from the sky. This was the this was the necessity. The city was looking in that way. When the plane got the height of 10,000 feet, the logic of geography was revealed itself. And what is the logic of geography? The speaker is able to comprehend that it is land and water that attracted, or that attract man for habitation. What happens? The people like to live where they get land and water, because water is the necessity of life. It's the basic need. Where we have water, we have oxygen. So this is the logic. And what is the logic here? That land and water attract man. This is the fact. Logic here means this is the real. And therefore, many cities developed where the rivers were flowing and the valleys too were populated for similar reasons. The valleys are populated, the valleys are filled with people or human population. The reason behind their population is that they got their water. As the plane got the height of 6 miles, it became clear that the earth was round. When the plane or when the jet got the height from where the bird was able to look that the earth was, the mother earth was looking round. And there was more water than land. This is another fact. On Mother Earth, we have more water than land. However, the logic of geography failed to answer one question. Here the poet is asking this. The logic of geography is answering every question of the poet. But the logic of geography, the geography has failed in answering one question of the poet. And what is that question? The speaker was unable to understand why people hate and kill each other. This is the question which the poet wants to be answered. But the poet could not get any answer. Why the people are fighting, why they hate, why was the reason, why was there a need to build walls across the cities? Even from that height, the causes behind human hatred remain unclear. From that height, the poet could not get the answer of this question. Why are the people fighting? Why are the people, hating? Why are they not living with love and affection and harmony? What is the reason behind violence? Why people are killing each other? This was the question which was not answered by the logic of geography. Otherwise, all the answers of the questions of the poet has been answered. Now, just come to the first part of the poem. Just read it only for 2 minutes. Read it silently because I am going to ask you 2 questions from this part. From the first part, I'll ask you 2 questions. So just read this. You will read it for 2 minutes and you will read it 2-3 times. You have sufficient time. Have you gone through the first part? I think you have gone through. You have read it? Okay, I am giving you the question. Uh, what did the poet see when he was at the height of 1 mile, or when the height of 1 mile got reduced into 6 inches? What did he see? What did the poet see at the height of 1 mile? Yes, who is going to answer? Srishti, Lavanya,
Sir, Aryan.
Aryan. Oh, yes, yes, please. Just switch on your camera. Yes,
Sir, the poet see that city was unplanned.
the city was unplanned. Okay, okay, okay. Now, the word haphazard. The word haphazard. Can you tell me the meaning of this word haphazard?
Sir,
Unplanned.
Plan
unplanned.
without any order.
Okay, okay, without planning, unplanned, or without order. Okay, okay, okay. Good, good. Now this time you will read second part and third part together. And I am telling you the question first before you read. You will tell me after reading these two parts the moral of this poem, or what is the thing which poet wants his readers to learn. This is my question. Okay, just read both the parts together, and after that you will tell me the answer of this question. What is the moral of this poem, or what does the poet want to teach us? Sister, you are not reading?
Reading.
Okay, you are reading because you are looking somewhere else. Okay, now I think you have read it. Should I ask question now? I have another question. One more question for you. First, you will tell me the moral. Who is going to tell me the moral?
Srishti.
Okay, sister, beta, yes, please tell.
From the height it is difficult to understand why the men of the earth find reasons to hate each other and build walls across cities and want to kill. This implies that nature does not restrict itself in boundaries, but human beings are always trying to divide the beautiful planet by building walls among themselves.
Okay, anybody else? Anybody else wants to try? Lavanya?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me the moral. What you have learned after this poem?
So that Our country is very populated, and
I think you have not
Sir
read
Akash?
this. You have not gone through these two parts. Anyway, Dyutin?
Sir Akash?
Okay, Akash, you may try. Akash,
Sir, sir, the moral of the
switch on your camera
poem
first.
is
Listen to me, switch on your camera first.
the moral of the geography lesson is that our earth is too beautiful. Why the man hate each other?
Okay, very good. Now, one more question for you from my side is, can you tell me the question that is unanswered by the logic of geography? Or what is the question which has not been answered by the logic of geography?
Why
Yes.
people hate each other and kill each other.
Okay, why do people hate each other? Okay, very good. Anybody else? Any another answer from anybody's side? Akash, Aryan, Dyutin? There were more than 22 students in the beginning, but when I have started, or as soon as I have started asking questions, the students, have left this class, and now there are 13 or 14. Am I audible to you, Beta?
Yes, sir.
Which question is unanswered by the logic of geography? Nikita has just now said. You know, you may try. You can get the answer in the last lines of this poem.
Sir Akash?
Okay, Akash.
So why the people hate each other and kill and to build walls across cities and kill?
Okay, why do people hate each other and why are they killing? Why, why do they not live with love and affection, and harmony? Well, these are the questions. Now, let me share this screen with you, and I have prepared some MCQ questions for you. So I'm presenting this screen, and you will get these questions on your screen. Get ready with pen or pencil and notebook. Is this visible to you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Just come to these questions. Question number one. These are the MCQs. You will note down only answers by reading. First, you will read the questions and then you will note down the correct option of the question. So these are 8 to 10 questions. So hurry up. You will have to attempt all the questions. Who is the poet of the poem Geography Lesson? You may write down your option. When did it become clear as to why the city had developed the way it is? At a height of 10,000 miles, at a height of 6 miles, at a height of 6 inches to the mile, or at a height of 6,000 miles? And the third question is, they are seeing an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard. What do you mean by the word haphazard? That cannot be avoided, that can be avoided, or without plan or order, without plan or order, with plan or order. Have you noted all these three? Because I have to scroll a screen for the next questions. I'm asking you, have you noted all the three questions answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, should I scroll now? Next slide. Yes, these are more questions 4, 5, and 6. They are seeing an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard. What do you mean by the word inhabitability? That cannot be avoided, that can be avoided without plan or order or with plan or order. The fifth one is what became clear when the jet reached 10,000 feet. Options are here. Why cities ran along the river, why valleys are populated, logic of geography, or the option is all the above, all of the above. And next question 6, what was the logic of geography? Land and water attracted man, why valleys were populated, why cities ran along the river, or how cities are developed. Hurry up. Yes, please. I think you have done.
Yes, sir.
Everybody has done. Should I scroll?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now these are the questions 7, 8, and 9. When did it become clear that the earth was round at a height of 10,000 miles, at a height of 6 miles, at a height of 6 inches to the mile, or at a height of 6,000 miles? Next, the earth has more. The options are land and sea, water and forest, life and land, sea and land. And next question, that is question number 9. Why man found reasons to kill each other was easier to understand, difficult to understand, not needed to be understood, and not mentioned in the poem. One question is left, that is question number 10. Have you attempted all the 9 questions? Should I scroll now? Should I jump to question number 10? You are not responding. Am I not audible?
Yes, sir.
I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you respond then? Okay, now question number 10. This is question number 10. What was not clear from the sky? Why men on earth found causes to hate each other? Why men on earth built walls to divide cities? Why men on earth kill each other? All of the above. This is the last question. Okay, the time is almost over of this class. I'm coming back. Have you done this? Have you done the last one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Should I show you the answers?
Sir, can you show second slide?
Second slide. Okay, I'm coming to the second slide. Second slide means question number 4, 5, and 6. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. This is here on your screen. I think this is visible now.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now I'm coming back. I'm showing you the answer, and you will match your answer honestly, and you will tell me who got the maximum answers. These are the answers. You can match your answers. Answers are on your screen. Just match your answers.
Yeah.
Be very honest. When you assess yourself, be very honest. Be very honest. Honestly assess your answers. This is your own assessment. I will not give marks to anyone, but you will tell me. Sorry.
My order correct.
You have matched your answers.
Yes, sir. Order correct.
All are correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, congratulations, beta. Thank you. Anybody else
Thank you, sir.
who scored maximum? Who
Not
got
able to
100 out
see
of 100?
the answers.
Who got 100 out of 100?
So I'm not able to
Nikita and
see the
Sasti.
answers.
Yes. Lavanya. Anyway, those who have scored maximum, congratulations to them. So it is the time to wind up. Thank you everyone. You may leave now your class. The rest part of this poem will be taken tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, beta. Okay, thank you. Just
Thank you,
leave the
sir.
class.
Thank you, sir.
Leave.
Thank you, sir.